Hi, hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's really nice to have you guys here. So we are coming to the end of our robotic class. So we're going to be working on our capstone project, and our capstone project is to design a very small electric car, or say RC, right, that we use remote to control. So we're going to be taking it one step at a time so that it doesn't get too overwhelming for you guys. All right, so today I asked you guys, so like the first thing that you guys have to do is to draw the design of your car. So this is just an example of one that I got from YouTube, right? So you can go to YouTube and like get a different design, because we're going to need this design. Then we'll put our Arduino board in it, and put like our remote. You can see our remote in here. Then we use it to control our car. So I want to assume that you guys have done that, but you don't need to have done this to work on this video actually, right? So you can still continue working on your design while we work on the video. So one of the other design that you can see, so this one is also a cool design. We can see, so this is where the motors will be. You can see the motors will be the one to control the wheel. Then we have our servo motor in here that will control the direction of the car. Then this is a remote example of remote, but we're going to be using this remote from our Arduino board. Okay, so in today's video, what we want to do essentially is to let me see if I can turn on the light so that it will be okay. Good. All right, so what we want to do today is to use our remote, right, to control the direction of the servo motor, right? So because this servo motor will be the one that will use to control the direction of a car, right? So we can see from here, so we have this car. So if you want to go right or left, we will use our servo motor to do that, right? So that is essentially what we want to do today. Let me give you an example. See, if I press left, you can see the servo motor will go left and it will turn the wheel of the car. If I press right, you can see right, left, right, left. So when you press okay, yeah, so like this is the receptor in here. I'll be show you guys. So right, left. Okay, so that's what we want to do today, and we're going to be working with 3 components, right? So you will need this in your kit. So all you have to do to make this to work, at the end in here, that there is like something that they use to insulate the battery. So you have to pull that thing out. Okay, that's number 1. Then we need our servo motor. Then we need something called the IR receiver. So you can see it has something like a black bulb in here. So this is how to locate it. Okay, so we're going to be working on just this for now, right? Then in the next video we will build on this. Okay, so of course the first thing that we need to know is our connection. All right, so the connection is really easy, right? I will put this PDF in the this connection in the GitHub, right, so that you guys can see it. But you can see, so our IR receiver, so it has pin RGY. You will see it in there. So the R will go to the power, which is a 5 volt. And then remember that you will take your 5 volt from your Arduino to your board, right? You guys should know that by now. You take your 5 volt to the red line, your ground to the blue line, then you connect the R to the red line, which is the power, the ground, which is the ground, right, for the IR receiver. Then the Y will be a pin 2, will be connected to pin 2 on the Arduino, right? A pin 2 on the Arduino. You can see this pin 2 will be connected to the Y from the IR sensor. All right, so the connection is very easy. You can see. Then for the servo motor, we've used servo motor before, that we used to control like a gate, something like that. So the red will be connected to the so like the red wire will be connected to the 5 volt, which will be the red line on your breadboard. The brown or black, for me it is brown, right? So will be the ground. Then the orange or yellow will be connected to pin 9 on your Arduino, right? Something like this. You can see this. All right. So I think so. That's all about the connection, right? So after the connection, we have two codes today, two set of code. So this is the main code, but this one is just a test remote code. Okay, I will explain what this does and how to use it. So we have our remote, right? So you can see like this remote, it has like a play button, fast forward, and all of that. So for each of the buttons, there are specific numbers assigned to it, right? And those numbers is what we are going to be using in our code, right? So for example, let me show you in here the way I design mine. You guys can do it the way you want. I make the play button to go forward. I made this fast forward to be turn right. I made this rewind to be turn left. Then I made this to be reverse. Then I made this to be stop. Then I made this to be power off, right? So you guys can map it the way you want. You can say I don't want pause to be go forward. I want this to be go forward, right? So what we have to do is we are going to know the numbers associated with all these buttons, right, in the code, so that we know how to write our code. Let me show you for example. So for example, you can see in my code I say move forward is 64. So that means this 64 is associated to the play button on the remote control, right? So for you to know the right number for your own remote, we are going to run this code, right? So you're going to write this code where I've written it. You upload it, right? And then we're going to press each button on our remote control, and as you press each button, the number will show up, and then you will note the number down, so that when you are writing your code, if you want to change any of this, you can do that. Okay, hopefully that is direct. Then before you do that, we need to install this plugin. So you come in here, so you search, let's see. So I've already installed it. So install the one that says Amijo. So this is the one that you need to install, not this one. This is the one that you need to install. Okay, so let's go back to here. Okay, so now let me load this up, then I will press the button and you guys should be able to see it. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I think this view will work. All right, so let me select my Arduino board first, then I load this. Then you note, so when the upload is done, is uploading. Upload is done, then you open your serial monitor. Okay, so now let's press the button. So when I press each button, so now let's say I want to press the pause button. The pause button, you can see, is 64. So you write it down, so you can see that's what I use in here, forward. So now let's say you want to use this up button to be your own move forward. Then you press the up button, you can see it's 9. Then you change this to 9, right? So that's how you map everything. But let me just go through the ones that I use. So I use power to be 69. So because your number might be different. Okay, so press power is 69, then I put 69 in here. So you have to write it down first. Then when you write this, when you download this code, you can change it. Okay, so the power is 69, back is 7. So let's see. So this is back. You press back, you can see it's 7. So you write it down. If I want to move left, which is rewind in here, then you can see this is actually communicating with this. Okay, so don't make it go too far. So I say back is 68. You can see right is 67. You can see I put it in here. And stop, what I use for my stop is this. Then when I press stop, is 71. So then this is 71. Okay, so hopefully you're able to get this done. So the only thing that you need to do is to install this. I will give you guys this code. So when everything is done in here, then we are done with this, right? So you can probably just close this out. But if you want, you can even map everything, right? So you can decide like in your design that you want one to be moved forward, right? When you press one, right? So one is 12. You can see one is 12, then you just change this to 12. So I want you guys to be innovative about this, like change the design the way you want, but be very careful. When you change anything in here, you have to make sure that you change it in here, or else it will not work. Okay, so we are done with this. So we can just leave this like the code is there. So just to explain the code, this is the IR pin, right? Pin 2 that we connect our IR signal to receptor. Then we start our serial begin. Serial begin is like the information in here. Then we set this. Then we say if we receive any command, then we print command. Then we print the value of that command. So this is the value of that command. Then we say after we've printed that, then we want to continue to listen to our remote. All right. So that is that. So that's this code. Then this code is the one that actually move your servo motor left or right, you know, whether you press this or this. But if you change this to be something else, where is it? Right, left, this right and left, right, then you have to press the right thing. Okay, but let's assume that you are going with what I have. So all you have to do is to select the board, then upload this. Then I think I actually put some stuff in it, so let it upload. It's very easy. Okay, so you can see, oh, you can't see my servo motor. Okay, you can see my servo motor. Then I can even go in here. So when I press right, you can see it says right. When I press left, it says left. When I press right, it says right. When I press left, it says left. And if you want to see it fully, see right, left, you can see each time I press it, like this kind of lit up, right? So imagine like our car will be maybe some distance, then you press this, we'll press this, we'll press that. All right, okay, so that is all we have for today's video. Okay, so just to control the wheel. So in the next video we are going to be adding the command to move forward, which means we will be adding our motor, right? And the motor that we have is the one that we use to control our fan. Let me show you that actually. Okay, so in the next video, this is what we're going to be using our motor, right? So we'll probably have to remove this from it if it will allow me, but yeah, we'll need to remove this from it, and then we'll use it to control our motor. I don't know why it's very hard to remove right now. Okay, there you go. All right, so you see, so now we'll connect this to here, right, later, you know. So okay, all right, so that is all we have for today's video. Hopefully you guys found it useful. Then don't forget, make sure the design of your car is really good. There I went to YouTube. There are a lot of videos of step by step on how to do this, right? Please don't make your car look very ugly. All right, so make it look nice, and start to think about where you put your motors, you know. And we're going to put our breadboard actually, right, because we'll need that. So start to think about that, and everything will work fine. Okay, so thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video. So add the motors, you know, and then afterward, you know, we'll continue building on it. Okay, all right, see you guys in the next video. Bye.